Hey folks, welcome to Rider Club Radio, the podcast all about Kamen Rider, number one on the internet and the world. I'm your host, Jeff.
And I'm Liam.
Number 786th best host on the internet.
You're being a little generous.
I know. 7,086, maybe.
You're being a little generous.
Oh.
So we're going to talk about Kamen Rider Ghost episode 15 today, this week?
I was going to introduce that we were going to be talking about Kamen Rider Phi's episode 36, but I mean, we could talk about Ghost 15 if you really want to.
I missed Phi's 36.
You missed that one because you didn't know Kamen Rider existed yet when it aired?
Yeah.
What happened in 15 today, buddy?
Okay, so Kanon got out of the hospital finally. If you remembered that she still existed, she was in the hospital.
Who?
Kanon-chan.
Oh, okay.
She was in the hospital because the Ganma world, they were doing some checkups to see if there weren't any ghosts still in her. So she was in the hospital and she got out and they had a bunch of food.
They made sure her vagina wasn't haunted.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's where I was going to go with it, but thank you for taking it home for me.
I just thought I would jump right in front of your shitty joke and make it myself.
I appreciate you for taking that bullet. So Aaron brings back Javel. Like, we weren't all tired of him. Aaron brings back Javel and he says, you go gather those 15 icons for me. And Javel goes, okay, sure. Meanwhile...
Javel's like, it's not like I have a personality or anything. I'll just do whatever you say.
Basically, yeah. Meanwhile, Makoto is trying to use Houdini, the new icon he's got, Houdini. He's still trying to click it, but it won't go. And Takeru says, why don't you just be friends with it? And Makoto says, it sounds pretty stupid, bro. Friends? Buddy?
And he's like, no, I'm gonna force it to work for me.
So Javel attacks, and Javel, they have a big fight, and Makoto can't get Houdini to work. He's still, like, not getting it. So Javel kidnaps Kanon, because he says, if you're not gonna work for us, Spectre, if you're not gonna, like, vaguely ally with us anymore like you were before, we're just gonna take your sister and kill her. Or something. I don't know. We're going to take her kidnap. And if you don't work with us, we're going to kill her. So
we're going to take her kidnap.
We're going to take her kidnap. So he takes...
That poor kid's nap!
He takes Kanon away. And Makoto's like, fuck! I gotta use this icon. Like, right now. Shit! So he looks at the icon and he's like, I really don't want to make friends with it, because that's like, I don't do that. That's not my style.
Super gay.
So
I don't want to
friends are gay, bro. Shit. So he looks at it and he goes, work for me. God damn it. Fucking click. And he just yells at it, and then
I thought that was kind of out of character for Makoto to just start cursing as loudly as he could.
In broad daylight in public, just screaming. And the icon puts a bunch of chains around him, and then puts a bunch of chains around his bike, and he has to, like, fight his bike. He's, like, jumping all over it. And he eventually, like, does a sick flip, and he jumps on top of the bike, and he controls it. So he controls the bike by jumping on top of it. And in this moment, Houdini decides to, like, recognize him and says, yes, this is it. This is the guy, I guess. I've been dead for a long time, but now I've found a man. So he rides off. He rides off to... Javel, like, taunts him. He's like, yo, he sends a little icon out, and he says, this is where Kanon is. So he rides off to go fuck Javel up. And Takeru is there as well. And they fight Javel, but he fuses with a dragon, one of those big CGI dragons, and it becomes a gold dragon.
Makoto fights Javel. Takeru stands by and says, I believe in Makoto, while he gets his ass beat horribly and gets buried under a bunch of fucking rubble.
Yeah, Makoto gets his ass beat. Takeru tries to fight Javel, he also gets his ass beat, even using his special Javel murdering form fighting spirit boost. It doesn't work. So, he gets his ass beat, and then... Since Spectre is trapped under a pile of rubble, you could say he has to escape from the pile of rubble. Houdini's like, yeah, this is it. So he puts the Houdini in, and he flies out, and his bike, like, fuses with him, and becomes wings, and he flies, and he fights this horrible CGI abomination.
Yeah, it turns into CGI horse shit that I can't pay attention to.
It's that special brand of Kamen Rider CGI that is so hard to watch. They're flying and they're, like, bumping into each other. Eventually, Spectre does this really neat finisher where, like, the chains come out of the bike and chain him up, and he does, like, this sick kick right into the mouth of the dragon. That was pretty cool.
It was really awesome until he started, like, he hit him and stopped and just started spinning in place.
Yeah, it was, when the chains were holding him, I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then there was the effect where he stops and then, like, starts the momentum again after the dialogue is done, then this really awkward, like, start and stop.
Yeah.
And I actually laughed. I laughed out loud when that happened. It looked so ridiculous.
Somebody was sitting next to me then, and I usually don't get embarrassed watching Kamen Rider when I'm next to somebody. But when he was, like, his foot was touching him and he was spinning, I was like, please don't look over here.
So he beats Javel, he destroys Javel, and he rescues Cannon, and that's basically the episode. Takeru is, Musashi, he's like, Takeru the whole time is trying to connect with Musashi, and Musashi sees that Takeru is so respectful of his friend by not interfering in his duel, that Musashi decides to speak with him. He, like, goes inside the icon and he meets Musashi's hoodie, and he's like, yeah, I'm in, but the others aren't gonna be so easy, kid. And that's the end of the episode.
Well, at the end of the episode, we get a little teaser of Shadowy Man picking up the Necrom icon.
That's true, I forgot that.
Not that it matters.
A mystery. Who's going to be Necrom, Jeff? Do you think, there's all sorts of speculation flying around, but nobody can really tell for sure.
No, it's not like that room that the shadowy figure was standing in wasn't, like, brightly lit on one side and you could see his fucking face or anything.
I think it's too early to say. It's impossible
I guess we'll find out.
So, Jeff, what did you think of Kamen Rider Ghost episode 15?
I want to preface this by saying that nothing happened in this episode that matters, but I still really enjoyed it.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, really might be strong, but I enjoyed it, which is better than the past few episodes.
Okay.
Like, it focused on Spectre, and I enjoyed Spectre getting some spotlight, gaining back a little bit of his character. Like, he needs to be a bit of an edgelord, and when he pushed Takeru away and was like, don't interfere, and he started being like a dickhead edgelord for a minute, I was like, hey...
That's what you want out of him.
That's
what you're watching
guy.
for. Yeah. He says fuck you to this asshole main character, so that's what we like.
He finally got to rescue his own sister instead of having his childhood friend do it.
That's nice. Good for him.
There was an old lady in it for no reason.
Yeah. I didn't mention her because she's completely irrelevant, but they're eating...
At the beginning of the episode, they eat a takoyaki, which is what every Kamen Rider eats, apparently.
It's a fried thing on the end of a stick, so
Yeah,
Americans should love it.
They eat takoyaki at this old lady's shop, and she's way too familiar with them for somebody who apparently hasn't seen them in 10 years.
Yeah, everybody remembers this one time 10 years ago when they went to the shop, and they all remember it together.
And it's a lovely scene of people... Isn't it like somebody's birthday?
I don't know. I figure Makoto's been going there.
It's like Akari's birthday.
I think Makoto's been going there every day since then. And every time she's like, hey, what's up? And he's like, dude, go just give me my fucking food, okay? No, I can't pay you today. Just put it on my tab again, okay? And that's just been his life.
Makoto the deadbeat. He has to eat takoyaki for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day because this old lady gives it to him.
Guy doesn't have a fucking job. Where does he sleep?
That's a good question. Where does he sleep?
You can have 50% of the riders in any show. Where does this fucker sleep?
Like that's such a good question. Like, what if from now until the end of the series, his suit is just fucked up like it was in this episode? Because he doesn't have any way to wash it or fix it.
Just covered in filth and dirt and all that. That would be nice. That would be a nice little detail.
Like I said, nothing particularly important really happened. I guess like little bits of it, like Aaron was already turned against Makoto like 5 episodes ago, but he gave him like another chance. He's like, hey bro, let's be best buds again. And Makoto's like, no, I got a new best friend. And we Kamen Riders together, fucker. And he's like, well, I'm gonna go be a Kamen Rider myself.
Yeah, maybe then he'll be my friend. I know what you mean. This episode was alright. It was... Like, I don't think I liked it as much as you do. It was a fine episode, but I'm not sure what we're supposed to take away from it. Like, he's got Houdini, I guess. He's got his upgrade, but that was really it. Like, Javel got revived.
I like the Houdini form.
I like it, too. It looks kind of weird.
I like that Takeru let Makoto fight on his own instead of protecting him like he's a bitch. That was a nice change of pace.
Yeah.
I don't like how shitty the fights were in this episode. They were horse shit.
Yeah, the fights were bad. I didn't much care for the way they use Javel. Like, the writers are like, oh, he's got this new form, and we gotta show how powerful it is, so we gotta have him destroying this badass in combat. But who do we have as a badass? We can't just use a weekly Ganma, because then it'll just be like nothing. So let's just bring back Javel. If you kill Javel, that's like your rite of passage when you get an upgrade. That's how you prove how cool it is.
He's gonna come back for the mid-season final upgrades as well and get fucking obliterated for them.
It's gonna be like with the Grateful Soul. It's gonna be like 100 Javels that you gotta blow up to prove your worth. No, I mean, it was really lame. It was really... I
feel like Javel's suit was, like, kind of neat to begin with, but the more I see of it, the more awkward it looks.
Yeah, it's this weird, like, it doesn't know if it's this weird halfway between Rider and Ganma. And at first it does look pretty cool, but it starts to...
Especially with all the close-ups.
Yeah.
Where you can see kind of like where the paint is going over the edges a little bit, and
you can see, I didn't notice this, but under his visor is a giant eye, like a single eye. I didn't notice that until this episode.
I like that a lot. It was actually more noticeable in earlier episodes, because he's got like shit all over his visor in this episode, like they didn't clean it properly.
Maybe I'm just an idiot, because I did not notice that until now.
Well, not maybe.
Oh, okay. Oh. I feel like...
So you didn't really like this episode all that much, is what you're saying?
No, I'm not a fan. The whole thing just exists to get Houdini in Spectre's hand, and that's it.
Like I said, it was alright.
Yeah.
I liked it alright.
It wasn't a terrible episode. Like, I didn't say I hate it.
It was better than the last few, is the only praise I can really give for it.
The reason why I liked Fighting Spirit Boost, and the episode with Fighting Spirit Boost is my favorite episode so far, is because it felt like the Fighting Spirit Boost was a result of the plot. It had a good plot tie-in and a good, like, couple episodes leading up. There were lots of stakes and lots of character, and it was a very emotional scene. Whereas with this one, it feels like the plot is bending to introduce Houdini.
But Liam, he fought his own motorcycle.
That scene in particular, I was going to bring up. What the fuck?
Like, I thought at the end of the scene, when he, like, got control of his motorcycle, he was going to get Houdini's, like... approval or something from it, but it did absolutely fucking nothing.
Well, I think that was the moment, because Houdini, like, glows or something, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he still doesn't, like, he doesn't work until he's trapped.
Well,
so he can escape.
He doesn't try to use him after that until he's trapped, so I think he was waiting for an appropriate moment.
It felt like he should have shown up and been like, I'm a fucking badass, check this shit out, and transformed.
Nope.
Like, I got this new form because I gained its approval. Instead, it's like, I'm a bitch and I need saved. Houdini, please rescue me.
Yeah, I didn't like that much either. The whole time when he goes, like, he's fighting as Spectre, and you're like, okay, we get it. He's not strong enough, just fucking put Houdini in already. Like,
Yeah, I get it. He runs up and punches horrifically slowly, and Javel punches him at normal speed, so he gets hit.
Yeah. Can
you please stop doing that? That's like number 87 of times that you've done this in this episode.
It's the handicap of the Spectre suit. You punch in slow motion, and it hampers your speed. That's why you need the upgrade.
We learned something today.
I can't say I terribly enjoyed this episode. It was okay. It was better than the last couple.
I liked it alright. I enjoyed it.
Okay. Is that it?
Mean, we're both on, like, opposite sides of the line.
Opposite sides of
You're
neutrality.
right below liking it in the I don't care for it range, and I'm right above liking it in the it's alright range.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I'd put it. As much as I love Spectre, and as much as I like seeing Spectre, this episode wasn't really like there wasn't really character development. He's still Spectre. You don't get to see him do anything particularly interesting.
It's not... He's reset at the end of the episode as well, back into I'm Takeru's best friend mode.
I mean,
where he's just kind of going to stand around in the background while Takeru gives speeches.
I have a feeling, Jeff, that it's going to be like that for a very long time.
Like, say, until the end of the series?
Maybe. I was thinking while I was watching this episode, because I was just thinking about other stuff, I was thinking, what a great Rider series would it be, or what an interesting Rider series would it be, if there were just two riders, just the main rider and then one other rider, and they were opposed for the whole season. And not like Ryuki or Kabuto where there's like a million, just two, and they're always opposed.
Yeah.
I think that would be
pretty
interesting. Like, I was thinking Ghost could have done something like that with the 99 days, have the 99 days be sort of a backdrop to a more personal struggle between Takeru and Makoto. The most interesting part of the show, when they're battling over that wish, they sort of finished that up a little quickly, a little hastily.
That could have been a really good plot line. But you're forgetting how they were handling that to begin with, where Takeru would fight against something, some type of some Ganma plot, and Makoto would leap into frame and start punching him.
Well, that's... You're right. But that's why I said, like, in a perfect world, the 99 days thing would be a backdrop, and there would be more interesting shit going on for you to watch, instead of having to watch Spectre do that fucking chase thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we got what we got. They're working with it. This episode was better. So I guess that's all we have to say about this week's episode?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Except in the preview for the next episode, you get to hear the sound effects that Necrom makes. And it's just like some perfect English.
Yeah, they're doing the Drive thing again. A guy with a perfect American accent.
Says Japanese words.
Mega U-loader. I'm glad they said it, too. I was calling it the Mega U-loader.
I'm glad it's Mega U-loader.
Yeah, that's a lot better. Mega U-loader sounds good.
This week we actually watched Kamen Rider Drive Surprise Future. It
finally
got some subs.
Overtime got the subs out.
I can say finally this time.
Yeah.
But we watched Surprise Future. Do you want to give a recap of that, or do you just want to assume people have seen it and say spoilers from here until we're done?
Well, let's just say Surprise Future is about Shinosuke's son comes from the future and says that in the future, Krim is going to rule all of the Roid Munes and he's going to take over humanity, and Shinosuke's got to stop it before time runs out.
Good luck.
Good luck. That's the synopsis of the movie. So, Jeff, without getting into spoilers at first, what did you think of Surprise Future?
Without getting into spoilers, I quite liked Surprise Future.
Me too.
I said on Twitter that Surprise Future was unexpectedly good. Anyway.
Sorry, I was just waiting for something, like anything out of you. Something funny, maybe?
Oh, no. Surprise Future is the story of Shinosuke not believing a guy and then believing a guy. And
that's his
suffering
arc.
The consequences of believing a guy.
I thought it was a lot of it was kind of standard Rider movie fare and what you can expect out of that. There's better special effects. The writing is actually better, not worse, so that's good.
Yeah, that's true. Like the scene where Chase fights the big, like, grabby hand loader thing that could possibly exist in real life, has some really nice CG when he destroys it.
Yeah, good. There's actual compositing in that scene, if my eye is not deceived, which is quite good. Good compositing in Rider is rare.
Non-existent.
No, I don't know what to say without getting into spoilers, because like they happen so early.
Yeah. If you're watching Surprise Future to see the future, you want to see what the world's like when Krim Steinbelt, wearing a belt with Krim Steinbelt in it, takes over the world, you're not going to see that. That's not really what this is about.
Yeah, it's more about there's Shinosuke's son from the future, Eiji, and Dark Drive chases him back to kill him so that he can stop him from changing the future. And that's the main conflict of the story.
And also Shinosuke is being hunted by the police department because they believe that he caused a massive explosion that I guess didn't kill anybody, but caused a lot of damage.
It caused infrastructure damage, Jeff, so that's very serious enough to make you a fugitive.
So the entire police department forgets chasing criminals for that day and just starts hunting Drive.
Well, to be fair, I mean, he just blew up a fucking city block. They go after him for that.
That was in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Oh, there was infrastructure there.
That's all that matters.
The movie was unexpectedly good. I liked the characters. I liked Shinosuke and seeing all the gang again. It was it made me miss Drive a little bit.
Yeah.
It made me want to go back to that. Like, I remember when Drive ended, we were talking about how we were all going to miss the SCU and all their wacky shit. And I kind of do now, especially after seeing that. I wish I could go back to that.
I'd already missed them. We're looking at Drive through rose-tinted glasses, and that we're remembering when things happened. But yeah, the movie's really good. If you haven't seen it yet, you should go watch it. If you have seen it, you can listen from here until time code,
which is 37 minutes and 0 seconds.
Wherein we'll stop talking about spoilers.
Yeah, if you skip there, you won't see any spoilers. So from here on, we'll just say we recommend it. It's good. If you like Rider, you could go see it. We're going to talk about spoilers from here on. We're going to get into it.
Straight out the bat, I didn't get the twist.
Which twist? Which of the 10 twists?
I didn't get the twist to begin with that, I guess because it wasn't super obvious, because Krim seemed like he was fucking up.
Yeah.
Like, I guess that was some type of virus or something they didn't get into, they didn't really explain. But I didn't get that Krim never actually became evil.
Well, what happened was the future was... Holy shit, I didn't think about it too hard when I was watching it, but you've stumped me now. I think the future was real. I think the future
was sort of real.
Sort of
because
real.
Because he says straight up that he made up the parts about him, AG traveling back, and the parts about Krim.
Okay, so there were Roidmudes ruling the world. That was already happening.
And apparently, he was responsible for it somehow.
Yeah, so he wanted to go back in time and activate his own... This is Roidmude 108, by the way, who is secretly...
Roidmude 108 pretending to be AG.
Who is also Dark Drive.
Yeah, he's also Dark Drive. Dark Drive can work remotely.
Yeah, he can work separately, so he could shoot himself with Dark Drive.
Which is the first time I think that, like, an upgraded version of a rider that fights a rider actually has an ability that the rider doesn't.
Yeah, I guess, but it's just for the sake of throwing you off from that twist.
Yeah.
So the future was... I
mean, from the beginning, I was like, this kid's being real fucking, like, don't talk to the police. No, just trust me.
Well, to be fair, the police did think he was crazy. It wasn't that outlandish to say, like, don't...
No, I mean, it was... I guess I'm just used to that type of twist.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was handled really well. And there was a lot of weight to his reveal.
The reveal that he was Roidmude 108?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a big action scene and a nice, like, you think the main character's dead.
The members of the SCU that aren't Kiriko and Gen don't really have much to do with this.
No, they're just there.
They just sort of stand around and go,
That's kind of a problem the Drive had during the show, is a lot of the SCU is just there, and it happens again now, but it was nice to see them again.
I guess, besides exclaiming once or twice, Q doesn't really have any lines, even.
Yeah, his face is there. But,
unfortunately. Nah, I love Q.
Chief Honganji, he convinces the police to join Shinosuke's side. So there's that happened. He did that.
It was actually Kiriko who did that. He just yelled real quick at the end of it.
Well,
after the guy had already changed his mind. You could see on his face that, like, yeah, you're right, Kiriko. I'm being an asshole. I'm going to change my mind. And Chief Honganji's like, I'm going to fucking slip in here and take credit for this.
And I guess it worked.
Yeah.
But, yeah, otherwise the SCU doesn't get much screen time there. It's mostly about Shinosuke and his son, Eiji.
Yeah, and the relationship that builds up between them before he's revealed as 108 is actually pretty nice. It's weird to begin with. That this kid keeps calling him Dad.
Yeah, and he doesn't accept it at first, even after he sees the tie that he brings back from the future, which is the same. He's like, I guess it's just too weird for him to see him calling him Dad.
Yeah.
This guy who's like about the same age as you.
It really would be weird if you think about it.
But they're a little like, I don't know if I can call it a bromance or something, but like they're
it's a dad-mance.
They're bud-mance. Their buddyship grows a little bit before the horrible reveal that he's a monster, and that's a nice part of the movie. That was one of my favorite parts.
I actually really liked... I thought the time travel was handled fairly well in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because they say it's a one-way trip, but even if it wasn't a one-way trip, 108's plan is solid. It's like rock fucking solid. He wants to go back in time so that he can awaken himself earlier and fuse with himself so that he can become even more powerful and unstoppable.
which is a pretty smart plan for a Toku villain. That's on the fucking
you run
ball.
into the wall that, like, why is he doing this? Because he already rules the future?
Well, he
Or
wants to be...
does he rule the future?
Maybe... So, okay, fuck, you've stumped me again. There are so many holes now in this.
I think it's a testament to the movie that you don't think about these gaping plot holes while you're watching it.
Exactly.
It's
just like a good action movie will have plot holes. You just sort of... You forget about them because you care more about the characters and their struggle. Mm-hmm. And that's the best part. The struggle between Shinosuke and his son, I guess, Eiji in 108, is the sort of driving force of the movie. And that, in a way, distracts you. Like, I never once thought to myself about, hey, why is Krim fucking up? Why was it fucking up if the virus wasn't real? Or why is 108 doing this at all in the first place if he's already strong? Like, I thought maybe the whole thing about the future, like everything about the future, might be a lie, and that he's trying to make that future real. But no, you're right. He said most of it was the truth. But he might have been lying about that, too.
I mean, it could be as simple as he's not really strong himself. He's just a regular-ass, like, skull.
He's one of the spider-roid mutes. He's just a normal one.
Yeah, he's just a regular-ass roid mute. He only becomes an evolved roid mute when he fuses with himself. So he could just be a nobody in the future who stole the belt.
Yeah, he could be. That's true.
I mean, none of this is really expanded upon. It's unnecessary for the story.
It would just bloat up the movie and kind of make it...
I mean, it's a detriment that there are these huge plot holes, but like I said, they don't bother me.
Yeah, and I didn't think about them either until you fucking mentioned them. So I guess that's a point in the movie's favor.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the asshole who's like, oh, that's a plot hole, that's just fucking wrong, but I think it.
Oh, well, you're voicing it today, I guess.
I'm voicing it today because this is a discussion. This is a roundtable discussion of Kamen Rider.
I suppose of these karate bugmen.
The fight scenes in the movie are pretty good. All three riders have a purpose in the movie. Even if Go and Chase's aren't very big, they still have a purpose and they're not superfluous.
Chase has a good pivotal scene, like absolutely pivotal, when he saves Shinosuke's life from that huge explosion.
Yeah.
And he
practically gives Shinosuke
dies.
the means to continue fighting.
And it's like, I like seeing Chase, and I like seeing him post Kamen Rider Chaser when he's like a nice machine.
Yeah.
So that was a good little bit. He's still... The characters aren't just thrown out like they are with a lot of Rider movies, where they just sort of forget about the characterization.
Yeah.
And leave that by the wayside. They're still there, and you can still see them. Even if it's just in simple, obvious stuff like that, it's still more than most Rider movies do. They're recognizable, and not just by their face. Which is a big point in the movie's favor.
Go's purpose is trying to figure out what Shinosuke's up to. He's trying to understand him, and I feel like that's more in Go's character than he could have just been made to, like, I'm here to fight main character. Rider versus Rider is always good.
Yeah, but
he showed up. He sort of went out of his way not to fight Shinosuke.
Yeah, he prioritizes fighting monsters and stuff. He still wants to believe that Shinosuke is not evil.
Which doesn't happen a lot in Rider, if you think about it. People just start fighting for no reason all the time.
And the character tries to explain something, and they're like, "Shut up!" Punching
I don't believe you. Even though I've known you for the whole series and know you're a great person, I think you're a liar now.
Hey, can we talk about how this movie grossly recontextualizes the later part of Drive?
Oh, yeah.
Well, not grossly, but a little bit recontextualizes the later part of Drive, in that after a certain point, the Krim belt he's using is a falsification from the future that has Krim just written on it.
Yeah.
I was thinking that when I was watching the movie. I was like, holy shit, like everything after episode 30 some odd, whenever this movie came out.
It isn't even the same fucking belt anymore.
It's just a copy of the belt with Krim's face on it. I guess, I mean, the Krim on the belt originally was a copy of the original Krim.
That's like a mind fuck when you think about it. Like, you think that's Krim, that's him, right?
Yeah.
But the actual Krim's fucking dead. That's just a data version of Krim.
Here's one of the things that I was thinking is, one of the things that they say in this movie is, oh, Krim is an evil scientist just like Bano, or Krim was an evil scientist just like Bano. and he programmed like an evil version of him in, and it's like it's gonna come out soon.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be fucking fascinating if that were true, and it wasn't lying at all, and the whole conflict of the plot was trying to stop that? And the belt version of Krim is like, holy shit, I was evil? Oh no, and they try and like make him good.
That would have been a good movie, but this is also a good movie.
I was thinking that. I thought that would have been really interesting, but I think it's a little overcomplicated for, especially if you're gonna like have a plot twist that huge and relegate it into a movie. I just thought it was a fun thing to think about.
And it begs the question, like, Shinosuke and Krim saw the future evil Krim, right?
Yeah, I saw it in a video. Yeah,
Yeah,
falsified video.
In the series, future evil Krim shows up as a different Roidmude. And they don't react like they've seen him before at all, besides the fact that he's Krim.
That's true.
Like, shouldn't they be like, holy fuck, that's the Krim from the future?
No, I didn't stop him after all. Oh, shit.
I thought not AG said that he was lying, that
Well,
didn't
maybe-
actually happen.
Well, it was... Maybe the lie was that the Krim was just a fake. I think that was the lie.
Maybe.
That it was the fake Roidmude and not the belt. I would bet that. I would put my bets on that.
Maybe. I don't know.
That's got to be it. That's what I'm gonna throw my chips in
Yeah,
there.
it does recontextualize the whole end of the series that way, and I mean,
It's not important at all.
it's also real. There's a really weird scene where Chase just shows up where the boss Roidmudes are, like Heartbrain and Medic. He just shows up and he's like, "Hey, quit fucking with Shinosuke."
You guys have anything to do with this? And they're like,
And they're
no.
like,
And he's like,
"No, but here's who does." And
All
I'm
right,
like,
see ya.
shouldn't he tell Shinosuke that he knows where they are?
he just rings them up whenever he wants. It's from when he was brainwashed. They're like trying to pack up and move their HQ, but they're not doing it fast enough.
It's like, shouldn't he just? Well, I guess nobody asked him.
No, that's Chase's thing.
Nobody was like, Chase, do you know where the Roidmude bosses are? Yeah, I go see them all the time and ask them if they're involved in shit.
Chase knows the kill phrase that'll blow up all the Roidmudes.
Nobody asked.
Nobody ever asked him, though.
It doesn't matter. They're all fucking dead anyway.
I guess so, but all so many people suffered for it.
Yeah. So many people turned halfway into flowy data in the air.
And then came back just fine.
Yeah, it's weird how often, like, people in Kamen Rider are, like, horribly maimed in some CGI way, and then they're just perfectly fine once the enemy's killed.
Yep. It's okay, kids. Don't worry. Everyone's fine.
Wouldn't it have been a really cool plot that they could have done, like, a 3-parter with? When, in Ghost, when the spirits of everybody are, like, plucked out by the spaceman, Ganma.
Yeah.
If, when they went back, they all went back into the wrong bodies.
Just-
And Ghost would have to, like, sort them out.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, sorry, everyone, you're stuck like that forever. This is your new life. Just deal with it.
The world doesn't change in Kamen Rider very often.
Nope, it's not how it is.
Even, the only time I can really think of off the top of my head is Gaim, where America is obliterated.
That's something that a lot of people gloss over in Gaim, because I think it was just one line. But yeah, at the end of Gaim, America is a nuclear wasteland.
Yeah. And, the cities are all evacuated.
Surely, every single citizen, every single living being in America was evacuated to Canada at the last second.
Well, no, I mean the Japanese cities are
Oh,
evacuated.
okay.
Like, I'm fucking dead. All of us Americans are dead in the
Yep.
Gaim universe.
Yep, you're fucked.
I thought it would be really interesting when we were fielding those questions about what type of Gaim Rider we would be. We talked about Blackberry and Blueberry and whatnot.
Yeah, way back. That was an old
way
question.
back. But I feel like it would be super interesting for like a Gaim movie to have 2 riders appear from America who want revenge on the main characters for allowing America to be obliterated.
Oh, that's way too interesting for a
Yeah.
Kamen Rider movie. They would never do that.
I think that would be awesome.
Oh,
Anyway,
well.
that's neither here nor there. We're talking about Surprise Future.
I think we're done with Surprise Future.
Are we?
I'm done. Are you done?
I wanted to talk about how unbelievably fucking owned 108 gets at the end of that fight. Like, he gets Rider punched into the sky, and then he gets, like, ultimate atom bomb Rider kicked.
He gets one of the most spectacular Rider kicks in the history of Rider in the middle of, like, a lightning tornado, and then there's an enormous explosion.
Because we hate this guy at this point. He pretended to be AG.
Type Special sure is strong. It's a shame that Shinosuke never ever used it again after that point, despite having it.
It's weird that it's just the key to the Trideron that he uses every time he gets in the Trideron, but he never thinks to use it again.
Well, that's not Type Special. That's Super Dead Heat.
Oh, yeah.
Type Special is the car, but it doesn't blow up or anything. He's still got it.
No, he's still got it. It's apparently stronger than Type Trideron.
It looks, yeah, apparently, but no, he just forgot. I've just forgot
He
about
lost it.
Yeah, it's sitting between his couch cushions at home.
Every now and then it goes, burp, burp. And he's like, where's it coming from? Damn it, I gotta find it.
Save me! Because remember, all the shift cars are sentient.
Yeah. The next shift car didn't have a personality or anything, though.
Well, I'm sure it did. You just don't see it.
It just doesn't matter.
It just doesn't matter.
Buy our toys.
Buy the Type Next shift car.
Yeah, if you want to know what personality it has, buy the toy. I bet its personality is beep beep.
I bet, no, not even that. Shift cars don't make noises, bruh.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a hunk of plastic.
It spins. It actually doesn't spin.
No,
it has two sides.
This one doesn't spin. You're shit out of luck if you want to buy this toy.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy Matchbox cars, because that's what you're fucking getting.
Oh boy, but it's got two sides, though.
I guess that's all that matters. It's like the fucking RC car that can flip.
Yeah,
What was it called?
I don't remember, but I remember seeing commercials for it.
Every kid saw commercials for it.
Nobody
and
had
we thought,
it, though.
Oh shit, I want that! I want that because Kamen Rider is going to use it to transform one day.
Someday, like 10 years down the line.
Anyway,
15 years.
I think we are done.
Okay, now we're done.
With Type Special. You could start listening again.
Welcome back, all you who haven't seen Type Special. It was pretty good.
Yeah, you should watch it. I enjoyed it. We didn't talk about it all that long, but it is a movie. It was an hour long.
It's certainly an hour-long movie. Jeff, are you ready for...
Have you been drinking?
Jeff, it's time for the news.
Oh boy, let's hear about them action figures.
So, I guess the top story this week is the new Rider 1 form. Hiroshi Fujioka's coming back for the movie. That was my reaction, too.
I'm already laughing, I'm sorry.
Hiroshi Fujioka's back for the movie. He's apparently had he's had a hand in this movie since, like, the planning stages. And he has a new form that makes him look like a football player.
He looks like classic 1900s photographs of the Michelin Man when he was just a guy in a tire outfit.
He looks like if an enormous bodybuilder tried to get inside the Rider 1 outfit, and he was like, nah, I can't do it, bruv. You gotta make me another one.
He looks like a normal person wearing 25,000 tons of Kamen Rider armor, is what he looks like.
He looks like that little kid from Christmas Story when they put on like 15 coats on him, and he can't put his arms down.
I said the same fucking thing. Oh my god.
Oh, he looks like a stupid stuffed toy or something with armor on it.
You know what he looks like?
What does he look
looks like the orcs from Lord of the Rings, like the normal-sized orcs that are wearing the giant orcs armor. That's what he looks like. He looks like a transformer. Fucking color scheme, even.
He looks like a transformer from like a tank to a Kamen Rider. He looks like a transformer that transforms into like a Nazi helmet. That's what he looks like.
Oh shit, you're right.
Do you see that aesthetic?
I can see that, especially with the way his helmet actually is shaped.
He looks like someone stuck a pump into the Rider 1 outfit and just pumped it a few times, like an air pump.
He looks like he has, like, fucking the foam sock 'em bopper hands, but over his whole body.
Like if they made a whole sock 'em bopper suit for you to just throw yourself at your enemies with.
He's wearing, like, he's like the American Gladiator's helmet piece thing, but it's his whole body. It's so fucking awful. I hate it. The color scheme is fucking atrocious.
Yeah.
It's like, the green they chose is like this dark, muddy green. So it doesn't stand out enough against the black.
It's a very deep green for having a black other. Like, if you look at the Rider 1 suit, I guess there's going to be a lot of comparisons to the original Rider 1 suit. The green is very bright and kind of pale, and it creates a big visual contrast with the rest of the suit with his chest, and it looks
like
good.
They took the chest piece color and darkened it and made it the helmet color and gloves and everything else as well.
Yeah.
And it looks like they took the Kamen Rider 3 outfit and just built on top of it until like there's another suit on top of it.
He looks like Iron Man's Hulkbuster armor, but painted green and black. And like shitty and low budget.
He looks like fucking a piece of shit. He looks like.
If like the Rider 1 suit went sour because it was left out too long or something. Like, if it went bad?
Yeah, it, like, swelled up in the sun. Like, the material swelled up. It looks like the fucking basement flooded, and the Kamen Rider the Next costume got caught in it.
Shit.
It stinks.
It's not a good suit. That's, I guess, all we have to say about it.
Hiroshi Fujioka is going to be in this movie, though. It's completely confirmed. There have been set photos of him and promotional photos in his new outfit. He's not wearing a giant parka.
He looks like he's lost weight.
Yeah.
Like, his face even looks less fat. It's not his outfit. Like, I guess they made him do some jumping jacks for this role. But it shows.
It's like, I love Hiroshi Fujioka. I will bow to his altar until the day I die. But after seeing the guy who played Space Sheriff Gavon at like not that much younger than him, like doing all of his own stunts,
seeing him in that Gavon movie was one of the best parts of it, maybe even the best part of it. It was
the best part of it.
He still looks great. He's very in shape. He does all of his own punches and kicks. Fujioka, man, get your shit together.
Fujioka became a real actor. He didn't need to jump around in costumes anymore.
Fujioka graduate. That's like the levels of actors, is you get more comfortable until you're eventually doing movies about main characters going to resorts and shit. That's the hierarchy.
It's the Adam Sandler effect, they call it. Kenji Oba is the guy who plays Gavon, by the way.
Okay, yeah.
And the thing is, Kenji Oba runs a school for suit actors.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's why. He has to stay in shape to be able to teach.
Yeah, so he's a pro.
It's like a stunt acting school.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's great. Fujioka is also great. I would love to see them together. They're like the OGs of Tokusatsu.
That would be nice. I would like to see that, too.
The guy that plays Geki can be there, too. Just cause.
Yuta Mochizuki.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't have remembered that shit.
Or do you mean Geki from Gavon?
No, I mean Geki from
Zyuranger. Okay, yeah, that's Yuta Mochizuki.
If I talk about Geki, it's fucking Zyuranger, buddy.
Yeah, okay, without specifying, we can assume it's Geki from Zyuranger, the cool one.
Yeah. Geki Jumonji's pretty cool.
He's okay.
He's actually a lot better in Sherivan and Scheider.
Is he?
Yeah, he's a lot goofier and more... He enjoys his role a lot more.
Okay, alright. That's good.
We're not going to get into we watched Gavon in our stream, and it was real good.
Just real quick, we had a sync tube this week for Gavon, The Next Generation, and it's a very good movie, so if you missed it, you fucked up.
Yeah, go watch it yourself.
Yeah.
Overtime has subs of it. It's on their site.
Yeah, it takes a long time to download because no one's seeding it anymore, but...
Yeah, I probably could have seeded that for you.
Oh, well. Give it a look.
Oh, well.
Oh, well. So this week... we got a very clear shot of Kamen Rider Necrom's Grim form. And it's got like
spiky.
It's got like a book aesthetic. It's got two pens, fountain pen heads coming out of his shoulders. It's, I kind of like it. What do you think, Jeff?
I'm in this like nebulous zone with Necrom in general, where I think it's pretty cool looking, but there's something about it. I thought it was really clunky looking and awkward until I saw new Rider 1 and learned what clunky and awkward means.
Yeah, perspective is good, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it's just the face mask on Necrom that genuinely bothers me. Like
it's that weird
diver
circle
mask.
Yeah, it's the circle sticking out. It looks so strange, because his suit is pretty nice.
He looks like the enemies in, like, Johnny Quest. Like, the diver ones.
But, like, it's neat. He's got the same sort of aesthetic as Ghost and Spectre, but it looks more technologically advanced with the tubes and shit.
Yeah, and he has sort of like an opposite thing going as well, where his bodysuit is bright and white, and his overcoats are black.
Yes. Meshing with the theme that white is the color of death and awful.
White's the best.
Apparently
Wait,
not.
I probably shouldn't say that.
Maybe don't say that.
I like white suits, not with pointy hats. Thank you very much.
No Forzes here.
No, fuck Forze and his butt plug head. But,
I like the Grim suit. I like the fringes of the jacket opening are the pages of the book.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And I really love the pens.
I love the pens as well. Like, the fountain pen things are awesome.
I had a feeling a lot of people...
You and I have talked about this, though, but the eyedropper thing, the Mega U-Loader...
Mega U-Loader.
...is, like... has to weigh, like, 300 pounds hanging off of his arm.
They released some pictures this week that reveal Necrom's identity, which I guess we're not going to talk about because the show hasn't revealed it yet.
Yeah, spoilers.
But it shows him wearing the Mega U-Loader, and it rises, like, not even joking, like a fucking foot off of his hand. It's huge.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it folds in, or if he's going to actually be swinging that thing around, but that's like that prop is going to break, like 100 times, I'm sure. Maybe we'll catch it if we look close. We'll see, like, one shot where it just snaps in two.
They didn't really think that through that much. For if he's going to be doing, like, karate bugman things, as he should... Liam's right. That's gonna break all the fucking time.
Hey, toys come first. That's the first thing.
That's the John Toei way.
Apparently, a wrist changer like the bees just isn't enough anymore. It's got to be this enormous fucking thing. It can't just be a little thing.
I think the bee would be like somewhere near my favorite rider design if it just had a belt.
Really, I like the wrist changer.
I like the wrist changer in that it's his final attack. The Rider
Sting.
I
love the Sting. Rider Sting.
But I love the belts from Kabuto so much. The
that's true.
are awesome.
The Rider system is a really cool thing.
And it's just not the same to have like a little thing on your wrist.
That's true.
I prefer belt over wrist thing in all situations.
Well, I like belts also, but I do like the Bee's wrist thing. It was cool. I like it more than Drake's just gun.
Yeah,
just changes with a gun.
True. And I like, as you may have noticed if you're watching this on YouTube, I love Gatak. That's my favorite suit from Kabuto.
Who doesn't love Gatak?
Best rider.
Best rider. So also this week we got the face of Himiko, the Himiko soul for Ghost.
It's
Jeff,
pretty.
It's very kawaii.
It's very kawaii.
It's
kawaii
all like pink.
As fuck.
It's all pink and it's got these like happy eyes.
It's got, like, giant, fluttery eyelashes coming off of it.
It looks like a big butterfly on his face. It's a very,
It's, like, bright pink, too. It's not, like, deep pink or hot pink. It's bright pink.
It's like neon. It's like if you turn the lights off, it would glow. It's
it
very,
will
very
glow.
bright.
It's Kamen Rider Ghost's faceplate.
Well, when have you ever seen Ghost's faceplate glow outside of, like,
Movies?
1 or 2 times? It happens once in Surprise Future.
I'm gonna circle back to Surprise Future.
Okay.
This isn't really a spoiler since everyone knows that the new Rider does a cameo.
Yeah.
In the movie. So Ghost shows up, and I want to see that guy's show.
Yeah.
I want to see the Ghost show where he's a spooky fucking ghost man, and he fights using spooky ghost powers.
Yeah, he disappears and, like, sneaks up behind you, and he's always flying around, and he dodges people's attacks by moving all wobbly.
He moves really, like, spookily and, like, slow.
Spookily. Yeah.
It's really cool, and he, like, gives off this, like miasma when he
gives off a
appears and
ghostly
stuff.
Vibe.
It's
which is
very
something that the show
cool.
certainly doesn't.
And he never does that once in the entirety of the Ghost show.
Yeah, if you want to see Ghost fight cool, watch Surprise Future. You'll like that.
I guess they were like, we don't want to scare the children's.
What's scary about it? It's just him wobbling.
He's
wobbles.
a spooky ghost.
Oh, so terrifying.
I was scared.
Hiding under your little blanket while you're watching the movie.
I was scared that I was going to have to go back to watching regular Ghost afterwards.
Me too.
Do we have any more news?
Yes. So as you know, SH Figure Arts is remaking a whole bunch of those Heisei Rider figures.
Yeah.
And Kuga just got one a little bit ago.
Yes,
Agito just got one a little bit ago.
I've got Agito.
Yeah, he told us about that. That's sick. He got a sick deal on that.
No kidding.
Just this week, Kuga Rising Mighty got announced, and also Ultimate Kuga.
Ultimate Kuga, premium exclusive.
Ultimate Kuga's exclusive. Don't fucking just forget about it. Just forget I told you.
Forget it fucking exists.
It's a shattered dream before it even exists. But Rising Mighty is not exclusive, and you can maybe get it. So that's coming out, and it looks like all the other new Heisei Rider SH Figure Arts. It looks very nice. So
if you'd like to check that out, have, Liam, the actual like base Kuga or the Rising Mighty?
Oh, that's a tough question. Actually, I like both of those forms a lot.
I think Rising Mighty is more like visually interesting, like aesthetically interesting with the gold trim.
Yeah, the gold trim looks really nice, and it adds a nice little color variety. Shit.
But that's not like his base form, you know?
Yeah, I love Mighty, and I love the scene where Mighty first gets used in the burning church. That was awesome.
That's fucking amazing. It might be one of my favorite scenes in all of Rider.
Yeah, it's up there for sure. I don't know. I'd say Mighty. I'd say if I had to have one, I'd say regular Mighty.
Yeah, I'll take that. I would get regular Mighty as well.
Yeah, just it's OG, and that's the most important thing. Yeah, absolutely. It's the classic look of the first Heisei Rider.
The first Kamen Rider.
First Kamen Rider ever. It was Kamen Rider 1, and then it was straight to Kuga. That's how Toei sees it.
It really is. And then there's a bunch of secondary characters from Rider 1.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
They stand around in the background while Rider 1 does things in movies.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Well, I've got some emails to make up for your lack of news.
Okay, hit me.
Our first email is from Timeline, who asks us a question that has jack shit to do with Kamen Rider.
Okay, what is it?
He says, "Hey guys, what do you think of the new Zoojer villain suits?" And he gives us a link. And we'll put that in the blog post so that you can see it as well. From left to right, they're called Azald, Qval, Gynus, and Nalia.
Wait, that's one thing in the middle?
Yeah, that's one thing.
The fuck? That's my opinion, I guess. I like the hammer dude with the cubes.
Yeah, I like Blockman.
Yeah. I can't say I'm terribly impressed with any of the others. They don't look terrible. They're not as bad as
generic Super Sentai villain monsters.
Except that guy in the middle. Holy shit.
He kind of reminds me of Dawn Horror. Have you ever actually seen what Dawn Horror looks like?
No, I haven't.
He's like a giant fucking, like, prop. He's not a dude in a suit. And he's got, like, 3 faces and shit. It's awesome.
That's cool. I like this big, is it like a skirt? Or just like a, whatever the fuck it is. The guy in the middle. A dress, a huge dress.
With arms.
I like that. It's always nice when a Toku monster doesn't just look like a guy in a suit. And they actually do more to make it into something monstrous and weird.
I still like Cubeman.
Cubeman is my favorite. It's a nice, simple design.
Here's my question, though. Do you see the little picture of the Mooks? What the fuck is going on with them?
They got big heads or something.
They got, like, Starro the Conquerors on their fucking face.
How many people fucking remember Starro?
Who gets my reference? No one on Earth.
He was in the Brave and the Bold cartoon, I guess.
He was in the Justice League cartoon.
Oh, it's true. Yeah, okay. Well, if you remember Starro.
He's the fucking starfish.
He was in Batman Beyond, if you remember Starro.
Yeah, that's a good fucking two-parter.
So, there's Starros. Wouldn't that be neat if it was a villain, like the Mooks of a Sentai villain were mind-controlled humans? There's always that arc in a lot of Toku shows where they have to fight a mind-controlled human, and they're like, oh, don't just knock them out or something like that. But, like, wouldn't that be neat?
Wouldn't that be really awesome if they, like, fought the Mooks for, like, the entire series, and towards the end the villain was like, they were mind-controlled humans all along!
They were perfectly curable. All you gotta do is pull the horns off of them, but you just murdered them.
Holy fuck, we killed so many people!
Isn't that, that's like the monsters from The original Kamen Rider, though, right? They're people. It's not that they're curable, but they're like people who are kidnapped and forcibly transformed.
They're not curable. Yeah, they're kidnapped and transformed.
Yeah.
The mooks don't seem to be because they like fade away into like soap suds when they die.
I always figured the mooks were volunteers because they're so zealous.
Maybe,
but who knows?
They get treated like they're like not real people in all the crossover things since.
That's true. You've seen that little clip of them being launched like missiles out of the thing.
Well, I've seen that movie.
Yeah. So I don't know what's up with Combat Men. I guess they're robots.
It doesn't matter.
You could probably find out really easily by Googling it, but fuck that.
It don't matter.
What is the next email?
Our next email is from Hotshot. He says, "Hey guys, so my question is mostly for Jeff. Will you ever give Kiva another chance instead of being an ass?"
Well, Jeff, what's your play?
No. No, I will continue to be an ass, thank you.
Okay, next email.
Next email. I would rather eat an ass than have to watch Kiva.
Oh, baby. Again. Call me, Jeff.
Oh, God. Our next email is from Edgar. And he says, "Hey guys, during the stream of Space Sheriff Gavon, Jeff mentioned he really liked the name Dawn Horror. And I just wanted you to know, what are some of your favorite names in Toku? Personally, I'm pretty partial to the most menacing name in all of Toku, Gregory."
I like the Bee. Kamen Rider Zabi. Because he's not just Kamen Rider B, he's the B. He's the fucking guy.
He's changed Wasp, so he could be Kamen Rider Wasp.
Oh, the B.
Or Kamen Rider Hornet.
Japanese people don't know what a bee is.
It's the bee. There's only one.
The bee.
There might be other Kabutos and other Gataks, but there's only one bee. It's the bee.
Just so you know. We're only going to make one of it. Which is weird because he's got like 7 different users, but there's only one B.
I actually really love the name Dawn Horror.
Dawn Horror has gotta be. That's top 5.
It's like a Silver Age criminal name. Like Batman would go up against the like underworld mafia led by Dawn Horror.
Yeah.
I love it. I like a lot of the names from Space Sheriff Gavon, like, especially the movie. Like, there's a dude named Lizard Doubler, and Witchkill.
Witchkill. He was in, I remember Witchkill.
And Zanpardo.
You know what name I like?
I love Gavon names.
It's not a person's name, but it's an organization name. I love Black Satan.
You can't get more evil than Black Satan.
Not just Satan, but he's black, too. Like, what the fuck?
Whoa, Liam.
Well, that's how it is.
Whoa.
That was the name. I ain't twisting no words.
Whoa.
And I like that the leader is a stick of gum.
It's a stick of gum with a spider in it.
That's gotta be one of my favorite designs. I know this isn't anything to do with names, but the stick of gum with the spider legs coming out of it, the stick of grape gum.
It's Black Satan, but they all call it Black Satan.
Well, because they don't know how to pronounce the word Satan. Burak Satan.
Titan.
That's how they do it.
They don't call him Titan, they call him Teton.
Teton. While we're on this, Martial Machine. I love Martial Machine from The End of Stronger. I don't know
Apollo Geist is a great fucking name, too, from X.
Apollo Geist. Yeah. Showa has the best names. I don't think Heisei is ever going to match that.
That's true. Especially when you started out with Rider and all the villains were named Spider-Man, Chameleon Man,
Isn't that
Scorpion Man.
The name of the first ever episode of Kamen Rider was something like The Mysterious Spider-Man?
Yeah, The Mysterious Spider-Man.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. They don't give a shit.
No, fuck it.
Which is funny because Toei made a Spider-Man show later.
Yeah, I guess they felt that they owned that name in Japan, so they could just do whatever.
I think maybe it wasn't copyrighted or something, so they just said fuck it. Same way Araki uses all those song names in JoJo.
Yeah, there's no copyright in Japan.
Yeah. What a shame.
For on Kamen Rider.
What's the next email?
So those are some of our favorite names. I'm sure there are others. Our next email we probably should have talked about earlier is from Kamen Rider Dank.
Oh, this guy.
Hey, Jeff and Liam, I was wondering, what are your thoughts on Hiroshi Fujioka being involved with the new film since the planning stages? Do you think this means good things for the film?
I know Toei. I know them about as well as the average person does. And I think that's just marketing stuff.
Yeah, it is just marketing stuff. And I will say, Hiroshi Fujioka had complete control over his wardrobe in Heisei vs. Showa. He chose that giant, ugly-ass parka. And
I like that parka. I'm going to come right out and say I love his costume in Heisei vs. Showa. It's militaristic.
I liked it, except that it was so thick.
Yeah. He wants to hide
that was purposeful.
He wants to hide his old man body.
Yeah, but he chose that, and the thing that bugs me about it isn't how it looks, but he said this is the outfit that Hongo was wearing the last time we saw him on screen, which is 100% a lie. He's never worn that outfit before. The last outfit he was wearing on screen was the leather jacket that's open and the bell bottoms.
Yeah, what was the last time he came back before that was Stronger, right? The end of Stronger, yeah. He had a cameo in Agito, but he wasn't playing Kamen Rider 1.
Yeah, he came back for Stronger, and he was wearing his leather jacket, leather gloves, and black pants.
I remember that episode because it was awesome.
Oh,
Those 2 episodes that he appeared in.
Fucking
it was really cool.
Sweet.
That's a shame. But I think even if he's actually been heavily involved in the writing process or something, the planning stages, as much as I love Hiroshi Fujioka as an actor, I have no idea how good he is at writing.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We don't know anything until the actual movie. It's kind of
a crapshoot, really.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think he's being like, hey, we're going to rewrite this story because I'm not happy with it. He's like, hey, I've got a job. Awesome.
I have a feeling, yeah, it's probably when they say involved from the start. They probably wrote a script and then showed it to him, and he said, yeah, this is alright. And that was it. That was probably the extent, I would imagine.
Yeah. I love Hiroshi Fujioka, though. He's so awesome.
Oh, he's fantastic. Whenever it seems like we're dumping on Hiroshi Fujioka, we aren't. Just from now on.
He is the patron saint of Rider Club Radio.
He's the fucking guy.
We have, an altar that has, the photo of him with, the cool golden border around it and, candles lit at all times.
We make sacrifices there. That's what happened to the first guy.
Rest well, Tamaz, until we dig your fucking corpse up again. Yeah, emails are done.
Oh, emails are done?
That's it. That's all we got.
Jeez. What Rider-related things did you do this week, Jeff?
I kicked some monsters and they exploded, I guess.
Yeah, well, that's better than what I did. I watched a couple episodes of Agito.
How are you enjoying Agito?
I like it. I got to the part where Gills appears and fights. And I must say I terribly enjoy Gills.
Gills is awesome.
Gills is I remember watching Shin so long ago, and Shin, the story of Shin is, if you haven't seen it, it's about a guy who thinks he's turning into a monster. He's turning into a mutant grasshopper, and he's, trying to deal with that, but it's done fucking horribly.
Oh, yeah.
Gills is like that if it was done right.
Gills is a rage machine, and he's so entertaining to watch.
I love that about him, too. He's not with Agito, there's not the same angle to Agito's character, because he's a blank slate. He's got amnesia. There's nothing to fuck with. But with Gills, his whole life is still there, and he has to deal with losing his girlfriend
whole life is
and
fucking ruined
his
by
dream of being a
Gills.
pro swimmer. Yeah, but he's transforming into this grasshopper monster, and I love his fighting style because, Agito turns into a badass, right? He just starts kicking ass. Gills just gets fucking pissed, and he's screaming, and there's swords coming out of every part of his body, and he's just, he looks like he's
the screaming when he rears his head back and the fucking mouth of his suit opens up, and there's nothing in it. It's horrifying.
It seems like he's in constant pain while he's Gills. I love it. I love Gills.
Has he done his regular transformation yet, where Gills steps into place where he was? And steps out? I love that transformation sequence.
The first scene where he actually transforms is really cool because there's this monster that's harassing his girlfriend and keeps attacking her. And there's a bit where the monster's stalking his girlfriend and he's about to strike. And then you hear from off camera Gills going, "I'm tired of your crap," and it pans over and it's him standing with this light streaming behind him, and he does that that transformation sequence you were talking about, where Gills walks in front of Rio and like the camera sort of shifts. It's really cool looking. It's got this great...
It's really, like, artistic. I like
it's got a weird, magical quality. It's not the kind of thing... Like, it's not a normal transformation that you'd see in Rider. It's really cool.
And Gills is, like, sort of an opposite side of the coin to Agito, where Agito, like... He is an Agito. He's, like, the Agito, the one that succeeded.
Yeah.
And Gills is a failed Agito.
Oh...
Which I guess isn't really a spoiler because it doesn't get outright said ever.
He's got the fucked up genes.
Yeah. He's what I would become if I was an Agito.
You fail even in being Agito. You fail at random chance.
Oh, no.
Oh, well. So that's been my rider experience this week.
Yeah, I still haven't even picked up a new series.
Why don't you pick up Kiva? Give it
Why don't you suck a dick?
You're going to have to eventually.
Well, you and I have talked about when you get to Kiva, I'll watch it with you.
Okay. All right. I'll make that blood pact.
That reminds me pretty heavily of watching Howard the Duck with a friend of mine. Wherein we started out joking and laughing for the first, what felt like 2 hours.
Jesus.
And then we looked...
And it was actually 10 minutes.
We looked at the running time and realized that we were only halfway through the movie.
Oh.
And then we sat in aggravated silence for the next hour.
That sounds pretty nasty.
It was awful. We kept just... Every now and then one of us would go, is this shit over yet?
Yeah, at that point I would have just turned the movie off, I think.
We had to finish it. We had started this mission. We had to see it through to the end. I feel like the same people who say, I love Kiva, are the same people who say, Howard the Duck wasn't that bad. Why does everybody shit on it?
Yeah.
The only Toku related thing I did this week is on Saturday we streamed Space Sheriff Gavon.
That was a fun time.
And everybody really enjoyed it.
More people should come to the Sync Tube.
We'll have to stream again. We have 2 more movies in the Space Sheriff trilogy.
Yeah.
Two straight-to-DVD movies that have wildly differing tones.
Oh boy, I haven't seen any of them, so I can't wait.
They're both shorter than Space Sheriff Gavon, so we might just do them both at once when we stream.
Might as well, yeah, just shotgun them.
But Sherivan is an overly violent tale about childhood friends, and Scheider is a slapstick comedy.
Well, that sounds like a pretty good combination, I guess, to watch back-to-back. It sounds like a night.
Yeah, we'll have to make a night of it eventually. We'll give you guys the heads up when it happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
But for now, I think we're done here.
Okay, then we have a Twitter, that's at Rider Club Radio. We have an email, it's riderclubradio@gmail.com. Shoot us a tweet, send us an email. Send us a photograph of a Kamen Rider.
That's also acceptable.
That's fine. And I guess we'll see you next week.
Alright, have a good one, everybody.
Bye.
Peace.
Ready to go, cancel Kamen Rider Agito 君のままで変わればいい Here we go, cancel Kamen Rider Agito 今君がいないと Get on Ready to go カンセロ仮面ライダーアギト君のままで変わればいい Here we go カンセロ仮面ライダーアギト今君がいないと Get on
The new Rider 1 suit looks like if classic Rider 1 was like Legos, and the new one is Mega Blocks.